the top, it's time for a video to drop. And today, I'm playing WWE 2K22, but I can only draft duplicate superstars to my universe mode. That's right, today on WWE 2K22, I'm only allowed to draft a superstar if they have multiple versions of themselves, a la The Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, etc., etc. But before we jump into the draft today, can we hit over 1,000 likes on this video in the first 24 hours of it being uploaded? I think we can. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into the drafting process of this WWE 2K22 Universe Mode sim. And our first pick is going to be Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio 2005, Rey Mysterio 2006, Rey Mysterio 2008, Rey Mysterio 2009, Rey Mysterio 2011, Rey Mysterio December 2009, and Rey Mysterio Jr. But wait, there's more. Shout out to Billy Mays. Rey Mysterio Jr. 96 is also being drafted. Like I said, only duplicates can be drafted. So let's go ahead and now also take The Undertaker, The Undertaker 2010, The Undertaker 2010, The Undertaker 1995, The Undertaker 1998, and The Undertaker WrestleMania 36. But we're going to keep it pushing because there's actually somebody in my mind right now, and that is X-Pac. X-Pac, we about to make some noise with 6, and we're gonna go down and click X-Pac, which then brings me to my next point. Hey, yo, I'm about to take the bad guy. We're taking Scott Hall NWO. I did that out of order, but it's all good. And we're also taking Razor Ramon, which then brings me to my next pick, which is gonna be, where he at? Kevin Nash NWO, and then we're taking Big Daddy Cool Diesel as well. And since we're over here in the D's, we about to throw some more D's on it. Don't put that on the Reddit. We're taking Dolph Ziggler and Dolph Ziggler 2009, which I rarely ever take Dolph Ziggler, so I know y'all are happy as you know what right now. And since we're near the D's, we'll take Demon Finn Balor, and then we'll also take regular Finn Balor. And we're over near the H's, so we'll take Hollywood Hogan and Hulk Hogan. We're kind of getting a little bit quick right here through it, but there is an issue with this draft, y'all. It's going to be very hard to get any women because there's not really any women duplicates this year, but there are 2 that I know of, and that's Mia Yim and then, of course, Reckoning. So Mia Yim and Reckoning are about to do their thing in the women's division all sim long, because I don't believe if we scroll through there are any women duplicate calls. However, Seth Rollins and Seth Rollins 20 are both about to be selected, so we're bringing Seth Rollins on into the mix. And as we're going all the way down, are we done? Did we grab everybody possible that is a duplicate? I believe we may very well have grabbed everybody that we possibly could, but you know what? We're gonna do one more swoop for the one time, and I think we did. No, we didn't, because we gotta grab Eddie Guerrero and Eddie Guerrero 97. Oh, I can't wait to see Eddie Guerrero 97 up in this one. Let me tell you, I think that does it though. I think that's everybody that has a duplicate in this game. No, it's not, because Kane 08 and Kane, I'm slipping, baby. I'm slipping. That's why we're going through this. We're making sure to get each and every single duplicate that we can. If I miss one, comment down below and let me know, but I don't think I did for sure. We gonna keep it pushing though. Is Triple H a duplicate this year? Does he have multiple models? Maybe. No, he doesn't. It's just one Triple H model. That's kind of surprising. I think we did it, y'all. I think we grabbed everybody. Before anybody asks as well, I'm not including calls in this because on the WWE 2K20 version that I did with this challenge, I actually enjoyed the fact that I had to only use in-game people because I can go download duplicates of anybody. So sadly, I will not be using this Alexa Bliss that what the status uploaded, even though this is technically a duplicate model in the game. I feel like that's kind of cheating because on this you guys can't use it. Same with Nikki Cross as well. Just wanted to put that out there real quick. Our championships for today's sim is going to be the Universal Championship as our main title. It's going to be the blue belt is what we're going to call it. And then we got the Universal Championship. Get it? Duplicates. It's going to be the Intercontinental Championship, essentially. And then we also have the SmackDown Women's Championship because all these titles look the same. And then we also have the Money in the Bank briefcase. We're only going to use the men's Money in the Bank briefcase today because there's only 2 women in this sim, and I don't think that's going to work. Our first pay-per-view of this sim is Money in the Bank. So without further ado, we're kicking it off with The Undertaker 95 defeating The Undertaker 2010. Seth Rollins 20 does defeat Rey Mysterio Jr. We got Reckoning defeating Mia Yim. Rey Mysterio 96 defeats Dolph Ziggler 2009. Rey Mysterio 2005 defeats Finn Balor. 6 defeats Razor Ramon. We got Kane 08 defeating Rey Mysterio 6. X-Pac defeats The Undertaker 2002. We got Hulk Hogan winning the Money in the Bank briefcase in a Money in the Bank ladder match featuring Demon Finn Balor, Rey Mysterio, Hollywood Hogan, Kevin Nash, Diesel, Eddie Guerrero, and Kane. And in the main event of the evening, we had another ladder match for absolutely nothing, and Chad Gable and Otis somehow got in here, and I don't know how, but nevertheless, The Undertaker 98 wins here today. Kane is the next cover boy, if you will, and Eddie Guerrero defeats Diesel in our opening contest. Rey Mysterio 09 defeats Rey Mysterio 2008. We got Finn Balor defeating Rey Mysterio 05. The Undertaker WrestleMania 36 defeats Rey Mysterio 2006. The Undertaker 98 defeats Dolph Ziggler. The Undertaker 2002 defeats X-Pac. Hulk Hogan defeats Rey Mysterio. Edge defeats Seth Rollins. And in the main event of the evening, Kane 2008 defeats Demon Finn Balor. We've arrived at the horror show at Extreme Rules, and Mia Yim is the cover woman here on the pay-per-view. But we're kicking things off with The Undertaker WrestleMania 36 defeating The Undertaker 2010. Hulk Hogan defeats Dolph Ziggler. Finn Balor defeats X-Pac. Diesel defeats Eddie Guerrero. We got Razor Ramon defeating The Undertaker 2002 to get that red Universal Championship on his shoulder. You love to see that. We got Rey Mysterio then defeating Seth Rollins for the blue Universal Championship. The Undertaker 98 defeats Rey Mysterio 2006. Demon Finn Balor defeats Kane. And in the main event of the evening, Mia Yim defeats Reckoning to win the Women's Championship. Mia Yim is once again the cover lady here of SummerSlam this time. But we're going to kick things off with The Undertaker 2010 defeating Kane 2008. The Undertaker 95 defeats Rey Mysterio 2009. We got Dolph Ziggler defeating Hulk Hogan. Razor Ramon defeats Scott Hall for the red Universal Championship to keep that title. We got Demon Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio 2008 with Demon Finn Balor picking up the win. Diesel defeats Eddie Guerrero. Finn Balor defeats X-Pac. We got The Undertaker WrestleMania 36 defeating Rey Mysterio. The Undertaker 1998 defeats Seth freaking Rollins. And in the main event of the evening, Reckoning is your new Women's Champion by defeating Mia Yim. We've arrived at Payback, and Rey Mysterio is now the cover star of the pay-per-view. But as we go into it, Dolph Ziggler has defeated Hulk Hogan. We got Rey Mysterio 2008 defeating Rey Mysterio 2006. The Undertaker 95 and Demon Finn Balor lose to Kane 2008 in a triple threat match. Razor Ramon defeats Finn Balor to retain that red Universal Championship. Rey Mysterio defeats The Undertaker to retain that blue Universal Championship. Diesel, I ain't gonna do it, defeats Eddie Guerrero. We then have The Undertaker 98 defeating Seth Rollins in a no-holds-barred match. Reckoning defeats Mia Yim in a no-holds-barred match to retain the Women's Championship. In the main event of the evening, Rey Mysterio retains against Hulk Hogan, thank God, for that blue Universal Championship, as Hulk Hogan did cash in. We've made it to the Clash of Champions pay-per-view, and Seth freaking Rollins is our cover star. Let's go ahead and take a look at this card. Eddie Guerrero defeats Diesel in the opening contest. Razor Ramon defeats Finn Balor for that red Universal Championship. Reckoning defeats Mia Yim for that Women's Championship. We got The Undertaker 2010 defeating The Undertaker 1995. X-Pac defeats Seth Rollins 20. We got Demon Finn Balor defeating Kane 2008. Dolph Ziggler defeats Hulk Hogan in a steel cage match. The Undertaker WrestleMania 36 does defeat Rey Mysterio. And then in the main event of the evening, Seth Rollins does defeat The Undertaker 1998. But there was no titles on the line. It was just the last man standing match. We are in the month of October. Rey Mysterio is our cover star as we go into Hell in a Cell. And The Undertaker 95 and Eddie Guerrero kick things off, but Eddie Guerrero does pick up the win. We then have Razor Ramon defeating Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match to retain that red Universal Championship. Reckoning defeats Mia Yim in a Hell in a Cell match to retain her Women's Championship. We got X-Pac making some noise as he defeats Seth Rollins 20. Finn Balor, Demon version, defeats Diesel. I love doing that, man. The Undertaker 98 defeats Kane 2008. We got Hulk Hogan defeating The Undertaker WrestleMania 36. Seth Rollins defeats The Undertaker 2010. In the main event of the evening, Rey Mysterio defeats Dolph Ziggler in a Hell in a Cell match to obtain that blue Universal Championship. Welcome to Survivor Series, where Hulk Hogan is your cover star. As we go into it, The Undertaker 98 does defeat The Undertaker 2010. We got 6 Kevin Nash NWO, Scott Hall NWO, and Dolph Ziggler 2009 defeating Scott Hall, Eddie Guerrero 97, Diesel, and Dolph Ziggler. This is one crazy match. Bro, if they would have just replaced Eddie Guerrero with Razor Ramon or with X-Pac, actually, that would have been a perfect matchup if they would have replaced Eddie with X-Pac. That would have been crazy. But nevertheless, congratulations to 6, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall representing that NWO for life. We're going to go ahead and go on, though, to Reckoning defeating Mia Yim to win that Women's Championship. Razor Ramon keeps that red Universal Championship as he does defeat Finn Balor. We got Eddie Guerrero defeating The Undertaker 1995. Rey Mysterio 2008 does defeat Rey Mysterio 2006. Demon Finn Balor does defeat Kane 2008. We got X-Pac defeating The Undertaker 2002. Rey Mysterio defeats Seth Rollins to retain that blue Universal Championship. And in the main event of the evening, Hulk Hogan defeats The Undertaker WrestleMania 36 version. I don't know why that main evented, but it is what it is. As we head into December, it is tables, ladders, and chairs, oh my, and who better to main event a ladder-themed match pay-per-view than Razor Ramon. As we kick things off, it is Demon Finn Balor defeating Kane 2008. We got Dolph Ziggler defeating The Undertaker 2010. Reckoning does defeat Mia Yim in a TLC match to keep that Women's Championship honor. We got Diesel defeating The Undertaker 1998. The Undertaker 1995 does defeat Rey Mysterio 2006. Hulk Hogan wins a triple threat TLC match defeating Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. We got Seth Rollins 20 defeating X-Pac. Seth Rollins does defeat The Undertaker WrestleMania 36. And in the main event of the evening, Finn Balor defeats Razor Ramon in a TLC match to win that red Universal Championship. Razor Ramon's reign has been defeated. Seth freaking Rollins is the Royal Rumble cover star, but let's see how this Royal Rumble pay-per-view is going to turn out. Kane 2008 does defeat Demon Finn Balor. The Undertaker 2010 does defeat Dolph Ziggler. We got Reckoning defeating Mia Yim for that Women's Championship. Seth freaking Rollins 20 defeats X-Pac. We got the Men's Royal Rumble, which we will check out the winner of that very shortly. We got Finn Balor defeating Scott Hall NWO for that red Universal Championship. You know, Razor lost it to Finn Balor, but Scott Hall tried to challenge for it to no avail. There we go. Moving forward, though, Rey Mysterio defeats Rey Mysterio 2008 for that blue Universal Championship. Hulk Hogan does defeat Eddie Guerrero in the main event of the evening. The Undertaker WrestleMania 36 does defeat Seth Rollins in a last man standing match. But who won the Rumble? Who was it? Who was it? It was Kane. That's gotta be Kane. Oh, baby. Kane 2008 is heading to WrestleMania. We have arrived to the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view with Eddie Guerrero as our cover star. We're kicking things off with The Undertaker 2002 defeating X-Pac. After that, Dolph Ziggler 2009 does defeat Syxx. We got Mia Yim defeating Reckoning. Rey Mysterio 2005 does defeat Rey Mysterio Jr. Finn Balor keeps that red belt on him as he defeats Seth freaking Rollins 20. I guess it technically isn't Seth freaking Rollins. It's just Seth Rollins 20, but nevertheless, we're going to keep it pushing as The Undertaker does defeat Kane. Rey Mysterio 2008 is your new Blue Universal Champion as he does defeat Rey Mysterio. We got Hulk Hogan defeating Dolph Ziggler. Seth Rollins defeats The Undertaker WrestleMania 36. And in the main event of the evening, we got an Elimination Chamber match with The Undertaker 1998 wins. For what? Got not a clue at all. As we head into the Fastlane pay-per-view, our cover star is Reckoning. And now we're kicking things right off, goodness gracious, with Finn Balor defending that red Universal Championship as he defeats Seth Rollins 20. We then have Rey Mysterio defeating Rey Mysterio 2006. The Undertaker 1995 does defeat Diesel. Rey Mysterio 2008 does defeat The Undertaker 2010 for that Blue Universal Championship. Hulk Hogan does defeat Dolph Ziggler. We got Demon Finn Balor defeating The Undertaker. The Undertaker at WrestleMania 36 does defeat Eddie Guerrero. Seth freaking Rollins defeats The Undertaker 1998. And in the main event of the evening, we got Reckoning defeating Mia Yim for that Women's Championship. It's now time for the biggest show of the year, and Rey Mysterio, I believe this is 2008, our current champion, is the cover star. So let's go ahead and go right on into it. The Undertaker 02 defeats Syxx. How many takers can keep their streak? Let's find out. Well, I mean, this taker technically didn't have a streak. Let's be honest here. He already lost the streak, but Kane does defeat The Undertaker here at WrestleMania. We got Reckoning defeating Mia Yim for that Women's Championship. Rey Mysterio Jr. does defeat Dolph Ziggler 2009. Rey Mysterio 1996 does defeat Rey Mysterio 2005. We got X-Pac defeating Razor Ramon. Dolph Ziggler defeats Hulk Hogan. The Undertaker 1995 keeps his undefeated streak by defeating Rey Mysterio 2006. The Undertaker 1998 keeps his undefeated streak by defeating Rey Mysterio December 2009. The Undertaker 2010 keeps his undefeated streak by defeating Diesel. Seth Rollins 20 is your new Red Universal Champion by defeating Finn Balor. Seth Rollins does defeat The Undertaker WrestleMania 36, though that taker did not have a streak to protect. We then have Demon Finn Balor defeating Eddie Guerrero, and in the main event of the evening, Kane 2008 defeats Rey Mysterio 2008 in a WWE Universal Championship main event. Kane 2008 is your new Blue Universal Champion. I decided to go one extra year to the next WrestleMania of our Duplicate Universe mode, and Demon Finn Balor is the cover star. So let's see what this 1 year later WrestleMania looks like for these duplicates. We're kicking things off with Scott Hall, NWO, retaining that Red Universal Championship. So Scott Hall or Razor Ramon did end up getting that championship back, it looks like, in that last year. And he does defeat The Undertaker 2002 at WrestleMania, ending that streak for that Undertaker. We then have The Undertaker defeating Kane. Mia Yim does defeat Reckoning to win and retain that Women's Championship. Razor Ramon does defeat Dolph Ziggler 2009. We got The Undertaker 1995 defeating Dolph Ziggler, which means that taker retains his streak. Eddie Guerrero 1997 does defeat Rey Mysterio Jr. in what I'm sure was an absolute technical classic. We then have Finn Balor defeating Syxx. After that, Seth Rollins 20 does defeat X-Pac. The Undertaker WrestleMania 36 does defeat Rey Mysterio 2006. Rey Mysterio does defeat Diesel. We got Eddie Guerrero defeating Seth Rollins. The Undertaker 1998 does end the streak of The Undertaker 2010 while keeping their streak alive. Kevin Nash does defeat Scott Hall. And in the main event of the evening, oh brother, Hulk Hogan defeats Demon Finn Balor to win that Blue Universal Championship. But I think because Hogan's the champ, that means we got to go one more year in the future, baby. I could not let Hulk Hogan be the last world champion of this universe, Sim. I'm sorry, I just can't let it happen. But nevertheless, Retribution, Reckoning, no, it's Reckoning. Retribution was the group, Reckoning is the star. All right. Reckoning is our cover star of this WrestleMania. As we go into it, The Undertaker 2002 does defeat Finn Balor for that Red Universal Championship. We got Rey Mysterio 2009 defeating The Undertaker WrestleMania 36. X-Pac does defeat Dolph Ziggler 2009. Razor Ramon does defeat Rey Mysterio 2005. Syxx does defeat Rey Mysterio Jr. We got Diesel defeating Rey Mysterio. Hollywood Hulk Hogan does defeat Kane. Scott Hall defeats The Undertaker. The Undertaker 1998 defeats The Undertaker 2010. We got Eddie Guerrero 1997 defeating Seth Rollins 20. Kane 2008 does defeat Rey Mysterio 2006. Hulk Hogan defeats Eddie Guerrero. We got Demon Fiend Balor winning the Blue Universal Championship off of Seth freaking Rollins. And in the main event of the evening, Mia Yim defeats Reckoning and Dana Brooke in a triple threat match. I don't know how Dana Brooke got in this duplicate universe. I don't know what happened. I don't know what multiverse of madness opened up the portal and they popped out. But Mia Yim is our last main event winner here at WrestleMania. My MVP for this WWE 2K22 Universe Mode Sim was Razor Ramon for that 175-day reign he held as that red Universal Champion. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this one. If you were new, make sure you hit that like button down below. Can we get over 1,000 as I said at the top of the video? And if you're new, hit that subscribe button because we're on the road to over 100,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always and forever, take it easy though, guys. Peace!